And welcome back to High Ground MTG. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but they're moving. So, we are on Troll Worship. Now, this is an old deck, but, we're waiting for call time and, just thinking of things we could play. And ran across this deck, just kind of looking through some old stuff, and I was like, oh, trolls, that's perfect for, call time theme stuff. I'm sure we're going to get some fun trolls in call time. So let's go back to the OG troll deck, which is Troll Worship. So, the deck is so named because we have trolls, Thrun the Last Troll, and Troll Aesthetic, both of which have hexproof, so very hard to get rid of, and both also have pay 2, one colorless, one green, and regenerate this troll, which means they're extra hard to kill. And then, of course, we are running 4 copies of Worship. If you control a creature, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. So bolts, attacking damage, anything reduces your life total to 1, and you stay there forever. So if you have a Thrun the Last Troll and a Troll Aesthetic out and you get Worship out at the same time, you can no longer die to combat damage, essentially. There are a few ways to get around it, but they are few and far between, especially in Modern. So, we also have a couple of extra copies of Worship in the form of Sarah the Benevolent. You do have to get her up to 6, and you do have to emblem her, but that's a Worship that can't be gotten rid of, so it's pretty interesting there. Let's start back over here, and we'll kind of get through the rest of the deck. So, lands, mostly pretty self-explanatory. A couple of forests, a couple of Gavany townships to pump our stuff, so we actually have a kill. We have Castle Ardenvale to make tokens. This deck is going to grind, it's going to go long, so you want a way to kind of take advantage of all the mana that you have later in the game. Couple of Ghost Quarters, 4 Horizon Canopies, 1 Plains, 1 Razorridge Thicket, 1 Snow-Covered Forest for Spice, 1 Stirring Wildwood, 4 Temple Gardens, and 3 Windswept Heaths. In the 1-drop slot, we have 4 Path to Exile, just to get rid of our opponent's stuff, in case, they have things that can mess with our things, or, just to slow them down a little bit, especially against the hyper-aggro red decks that are running around out there. 2 Birds of Paradise, 4 Noble Hierarch. We have a lot of big stuff, as you'll see, so we kind of need some mana ramping here. 1 Selfless Spirit. This is in there for Wraths. Obviously, if you don't have the mana to regenerate one of your creatures, having a Selfless Spirit out, to save, even if you just have Mana Dorks out, that can kind of save your creatures if all you have is the Worship. So, 4 Sylvan Caryatid. This is questionable. You have it because it has hexproof, so it's kind of hard to get rid of. This was kind of in the original deck. It's kind of on theme. I don't know if it would be better to just have 4 birds and 2 Caryatids, just because you want to be able to play your stuff and a better curve. It's probably the correct thing to do, but, it's also got hexproof, so it's thematic. So, 2 Skyclave Apparition, because, we're playing white. 2 Eternal Witness, to get back your Skyclave Apparition when they undoubtedly die, and also the rest of your stuff. 4 of the Troll Aesthetics, and then 2 Witch Stalkers. Card that was printed way back in M14 is a 3/3 creature wolf. Whenever an opponent has hexproof, to go along with the troll theme. Whenever an opponent casts a blue or black spell during your turn, you get to put a 1/1 counter on Witch Stalker. You're playing against a control deck, this thing will get huge. So, pretty fun. 1 Night of Autumn, just take care of things like random bridges or ghostly prisons, things like that. Give us some play against like the Urza style decks. And then we have 1 Restoration Angel, 1 Shalai, full 4 copies of Worship, 2 copies of Sarah the Benevolent, 1 Sigarda Host of Herons, also has hexproof and flying, and spells your abilities and your opponent's control can't cause you to sacrifice permanents. Really good against like a Liliana style of deck. And then, of course, 2 Sun Titans, just to get our stuff back a little bit. You can get the Eternal Witness, Sun Titan loop kind of going, getting back all sorts of fun stuff. It just kind of fits well into the deck. You are ramping a little bit. You do get up to 6 mana pretty regularly. So just kind of a fun addition. There might be something you could put in there that would be a little bit more streamlined, maybe some more lower costing stuff. But we're here for fun. So I put in 2 Sun Titan. In the sideboard, we have 2 Veil of Summer, 2 Collector Oof, 2 Oriok Champion, 2 Rest in Peace, 1 Mark of the Asylum. This was in one of the builds that I saw, and I thought it was really interesting. Prevent all non-combat damage that we dealt to creatures you control. This is interesting because of things like Anger of the Gods, which could get around your hexproof creature stuff. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's also really good against kind of like the red style decks. Yeah, it's an interesting spell. I don't know if it's actually good, but I figure we should try it out. 2 Archons of Emeria, 2 Chokes, 1 more Knight of Autumn, and then an extra Thrun the Last Troll for those control style matchups. So yeah, that's the deck. Troll Worship, pretty silly, pretty fun. We're gonna run it in League and see how badly I get creamed by Uro, because we all know that that's what's gonna happen. But yeah, should be fun, should be interesting. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the deck, what you would change, what would you add. This deck is not tier, and it is not tuned. So it's just kind of what I threw in because it was fun. So I'm sure there could be improvements. Like I said, Sun Titan's probably silly, probably too much. Sigarda might even be too much. Like, you might just want to cap your curve at 4 and put some more, actually good modern cards in these slots. But we're here for fun, for silly. All right, that is the deck. Hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It helps out the channel so much. We very much appreciate it. And yeah, let's get to the games. And welcome back, everybody. We are on some Troll Worship tonight. I'm also adding in a little game counter. One game counter for now. We won the die roll. We get to go first. We're up against Jupiter Brando. And his hand is slow. But so is his deck. So, basically we have a turn 2 Sylvan Caryatid, potentially turn 3 Worship. Risky. We got double Gavany. I'm going to ship this one back. I have noticed this deck mulligans a lot. Okay, we'll keep this. I'm going to put back land and another land. Which one of these do we put back? I guess we put back the Horizon Canopy for now. We're gonna go Snow-Covered Forest, Birds of Paradise, and pass it back to our opponent. We do have a lot of mana dorks in this deck, maybe too many. But we just have such big things to play. Up against a Misty Rainforest, I sense potential Uros in our future. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and play this Witch Stalker. I'm sure our opponent was ready for this when they woke up this morning, eating their Wheaties, thinking about how bad Witch Stalker was gonna stomp them. I'm sure. Please opt at the end of my turn. Oh, come on. You can do it. Oh, they're gonna do it. Or they're gonna Fatal Push. Well, no, they can't Fatal Push the Witch Stalker. Nope, just gets a Triumph. Disappointing. Plays another Misty Rainforest. Well, I think we're going to play a troll here. Birds of Paradise. Okay, let's play a land for turn. Go to combat. Attack in for 3. This deck was just too much fun the other day when played against Kai Guy, so I had to try it out in a league. Tweaked it up a little bit. Because there were some things missing. Alright, let's play another troll. Cracks the Misty. Gonna get remanded here. We'll grow our Witch Stalker. Something. Growth Spiral. Okay, let's always yield to Witch Stalker because I feel like this is going to happen a lot. Growth Spiral, ramping our opponent. Ramping our Witch Stalker. Gets a Steam Event. troll lands. I mean, next turn we have Gavany up, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah, we do. So we can start hitting in for a lot pretty quick here. Our opponent can obviously find an Uro to gain back some life, but we're going to outpace Uro. Ooh, the fairy. Cannot bounce anything but a birds, which I guess saves them from a Gavany activation. If they do, yeah. So they're going to bounce our bird. Sure, that is fine. I really just want to hit our opponent's face. We could draw a land here, actually. Sylvan Caryatid is not a land. Okay, well, let's go to combat. Attack face, attack Teferi. Mostly just because Teferi is going to be annoying. I don't actually care too much about his abilities. Okay, opponent down to 11. I guess we're going to play out Caryatid and birds. Hopefully our opponent just doesn't have just like a board wipe in the main board. If so, I mean, we still have Witchstalker, I guess. Omnath, sure. Okay, well, that's gonna put a damper on our plans. Do we have big stuff next turn, though? Just like big, fatty stuff. We can even attack with the birds next turn because we have Sylvan Caryatid. Yep. Opponent casting all their things. Casting Hero Teferi of Dominaria. Sure. Draws a card and taps some lands. Okay. Sure. This will be interesting. Eternal Witness, not too relevant at the moment. Okay, so this takes 4 mana. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we can attack in with all of these things. So I think what we're going to do here is birds and troll are going to go at big Teferi, Witchstalker going to face. Let's go, yeah, Teferi. Also Teferi and face. Let's see how our opponent blocks here. I might be willing to just trade Omnath for troll here, honestly, if that's what they end up doing. Yeah, because I could regen here, but then I wouldn't get the counters. So yeah, I think I will take this trade because I can also just get back troll next turn if I really want to. Yep. They do get to keep their Teferi, which is unfortunate. So I don't know. Opponent has 6 cards in hand and Teferi in play, so I don't feel like we're in a great spot. Not in the worst spot, but certainly not a great spot either. Another Omnath, cause why not? Yep. Path would be okay. I would take a path. If we get a land here, we can attack in with both birds. Opponent has many lands. Many manas. There's an Uro. There is an Uro. Yep. Do you have to sacrifice the Uro? Maybe I shouldn't be auto-yielding to that. just in case we do come up against the path. The path would be real nice, though. real nice. So I don't know what was going on in there. Yep, untap some lands. I guess I could have Cryptic up now, too. Cryptic would be bad. Thankfully, they don't have the Mystic Sanctuary to go with it, but still not great if they're just leaving up Cryptic, which seems very likely. Cryptic. Yeah, I don't think we're just going to activate Gavany here. I think we're probably playing Eternal Witness, getting back Troll. We do get another counter on the Witchstalker. Witchstalker now able to take on an Uro. Come on, opponent. There we go. Ooh, worship. Worship. Doesn't do too much with with Teferi right there, but it's interesting if we can get rid of this Teferi someday. Someday. We need them to not loop Cryptic. Really need them to not loop Cryptic. Because unfortunately, Hexproof does not protect against that. Okay, taking up Teferi. Playing a land. It is, of course, a Flooded Strand. Let's see. Yep. Oh, and there's the Mystic Sanctuary. Oh, the Mystic Sanctuary. I'm surprised they drew Teferi first. Maybe they just have an extra Teferi? If so, then I think they basically have the lock. I'm just casting an arrow from the yard. Oh yeah, so they get to draw it anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. So I think this means they have the lock here. Do we have any way of beating... We have a couple of Ghost Quarters. Cast Wrenn and 6. Somehow we're already behind in time. Yeah, and they're going to get back their fetches every turn. Omnath attacks for 4, which is fine. Opponent untaps 2 lands. They have Cryptic up. They have to discard some cards. Yeah, I'm gonna Cryptic tap to draw. We drew a Sun Titan, which doesn't do anything for us. All right, they have a loop going. I'm assuming they probably even have more than one Cryptic command in hand, which is why they drew a card instead of bouncing Mystic Sanctuary. So choke for sure. And Veil of Summer, for sure. Another Thrun seems okay as well. And then maybe Rest in Peace, if we can fit it. Just for Uro and Mystic Sanctuary and all that nonsense. What do we cut? Honestly, the Worships are not that good. They have Teferis to bounce them. So this might be one of those ones where we go without Worship. Which seems odd since it's like, you know, half of our deck, but I think some of our other stuff is maybe just better. And then maybe go down Caryatid, and maybe Night of Autumn is doing nothing here. Right? I don't have any enchantments, artifacts. We don't need to gain life, I don't think. Yeah, let's run it like that. Run it like that. This is the deck that I was kind of most worried about when it comes to troll worship, because we are slow as heck. We have Rest in Peace, but that is literally all we have going on for us until turn 3 Ascetic. This is not a ton better. We do have a Walker, though. We can get down on turn 3. Or Resto, we can get down on turn 3. We have Castle Ardenvale, which could be good in this matchup. I don't know if it will be or not. It doesn't stop their loop or anything. I guess we keep this one. It's not the most exciting, but I guess what do we put back? Maybe we put back the Resto. I do like being able to play things on Flash, but Sarah seems pretty good, maybe? Actually, Sarah doesn't actually seem that good in this matchup, now that I think about it. I mean, she makes an angel. I guess. We're gonna try out Sarah. We'll see how it goes. Windswept Heath and pass it back. Rogren Triome. Let's crack this. Temple Garden. Tapped and pass it back to ourselves. Ghost Quarter. I actually don't hate seeing Ghost Quarter here. Let's play Windswept Heath and grab our... So we grab a Forest? Yeah, Forest, because we have double white with Castle. Play our Caryatid. Scary Caryatid. Pass it back. Opponent plays the Scalding Tarn. Path to Exile. Oh, I hate Path to Exile. So our opponent has a counterspell, like 100%. So I think we're gonna put down Troll. See if our opponent counters it. Well, they don't. Okay. Okay, well, we don't have to worry about Path or Bolt or anything. So, pass it back. We have our Path up in case they have the Uro, which I will 100% Path right now. Flooded Strand, sure. Into a Plains. Cast the Fairy. The Time Raveler. Cannot return our things. They tried to return our things? They did. They did. I guess just to draw a card. That seems a little bit strange, but... Birds of Paradise. Well, we're going to play our Ghost Quarter here. Begin combat. Get in at Teferi. Because if our opponent plays like Untapped Wrath, that would be kind of bad, but we're also playing Sarah this turn, so... So do we... I think we leave up path then. Can we leave up path? Yeah, we can leave up path. I'm going to tap this in case of Wrath. And Temple Garden is essentially the same. Like they don't do a whole lot that's different. All right, make an angel. Then pass it back to our opponent. Casts an Uro. All right, we will let that resolve, and then we're gonna path it, which sucks. I hate pathing Uro. But what you gonna do? Ramps our opponent a little bit more. Gains them some life. We do get to get in for 7 next turn. Double Tarn up here. Opponent's at 21 though. Another path is not the worst. Not the worst. Do we play out birds? I don't know if we do, just in case of Wrath. Like, it's not necessarily amazing. But it does let us activate Arden Veil. Are you going to path our angel? Be pretty okay with that, I guess. Slows us down, but... Begin combat. Do. Oh, I forgot I had vigilance. I love that. Love that. End of turn, if they don't do anything else, we can activate Castle Ardenvale to make another little dude. Another little soldier boy. They make soldiers, right? No, just humans. The castle just makes humans. Man, Moto is Omnath. Alright, let's path the Omnath. Assume this gets our opponent to counter this. I guess we should have waited until they cracked. Oh, yeah, that was dumb. We should have waited until they cracked. Because now they're going to get activations off that they wouldn't necessarily have gotten to do. Doesn't... I mean, maybe they're countering this. Maybe they're countering this. Yep, they get all the manas. Okay, they did not counter it. So that's something. They have 7 cards in hand. They have to have counter spells, right? Time Warp. Okay. Mystic Sanctuary. Glad I left off Ghost Quarter. Sure. Sure. So our opponent gets to take another turn. We have Ghost Quarter up though, and they have no threats, so I'm not too worried. I guess they're going to take 2 turns, but they do have to spend one of those turns essentially just to cast Time Warp. And then they have another Mystic Sanctuary. Because of course they have another Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, okay. What do they get to do with all these extra turns? They're going to cast a Jace the Mind Sculptor. They're going to draw a lot of cards with this Jace the Mind Sculptor with their extra turn. 2 extra turns now? I don't even know. I think 3 total is where we're at. The only good news is if they do try to Cryptic bounce a Mystic Sanctuary. Come on, Moto. Come on, Moto. Yep, cast their Time Warp. A third Mystic Sanctuary. Okay. Cast an extra Time Warp. Uh-huh. I mean, obviously this is not great because they're just like filtering their hand a bit, but they also haven't done anything except for cast Jace and turn spells. Like, I'm sure this goes somewhere eventually. Like, they have to just be like cycling through their deck here. Renin 6, I don't think we really care about. Obviously makes our birds a little worse, but birds is in hand, so yep, gets a Scalding Tarn, plays a Scalding Tarn. So essentially they've like ramped themselves a little bit. And drawn some cards. Casts an Uro. Okay, well. Yep. And they will also be able to escape the Uro. Have they taken an extra turn this turn? I don't even know. I don't even know. Time Warp is in the graveyard currently. Draws 3 cards. Sure, Teferi Time Reveler to bounce our Angel. Why not? Why not? Surprised they didn't just go for the Uro. Maybe they couldn't. Yep, you bounced my Angel. Cast the Growth Spiral. Do we get to take our turn? Do we get to take our turn after all of that? Oh, okay. If Moto will let us. Can someone tell me why Moto hates me? Nope, this is their other extra turn. The other extra turn. Gets a Flooded Strand. Draws more cards. I mean, hey, maybe our opponent will deck themselves. Escape Uro? Escape Uro? Uro? Man, Moto is lagging hard. It doesn't usually record it as lagging as much as it does, so I don't know if it's just a visual thing or what, but man, it's bad on my end. Now escaping Uro? Cast Uro from the graveyard with its escape cost. Sure, why not? I don't know that we could win a game 3 even if we wanted to with this. As little time as we have. Tui? Do we get a turn? Do we get a turn? Horizon Canopy. Okay. Do we just make an angel? That can bounce an angel. That can't bounce an angel yet. I'm gonna be greedy, I think. Oh, this is just till end of turn. We shouldn't have played out the birds. Birds doesn't do anything here. Should just crack the Horizon Canopy instead. Opponent really considering countering this birds. Does not. Oh, I think I just... Yep. Going into combat. Opponent now just gets to like activate Uro and draw cards for forever now, which is annoying. Alright. Pump, pump, pump it up. Why wouldn't it be like Sorin? Why isn't Sarah like Sword, where it goes into the next turn? Growth Spiral, sure. Pretty sure Bullsworns do that too. Like they have a pump effect that lasts until the next turn. They targeted us. Okay. Put a card on top, so we're drawing a land most likely. We do have this Horizon Canopy that we are cracking though. I guess we could also make a token out of it, but I think we're just cracking our Horizon Canopy. Do we crack it now? I think maybe we do in case we get a path. I mean, they're almost certainly going to counter it, even if we do have a path. But they've also like already fate sealed us. It's a land. Okay. Cool. Alright, I mean, we can block this for forever. Okay. Pay green. Pay another green. Regenerate. Time is just so low though. Like even if we were somehow to get out of this, I don't know there's much we can do. Because now even if Sarah makes an angel, opponent has a discard because they have so many cards. Though they might just run out of cards. That is literally a thing that could happen. I mean, I guess we make the angel with Sarah. I guess we should have waited for the combat step to do this. Because now if our opponent has the Cryptic and they tap down our stuff, we're going to play this Shaline pre-combat, I guess. Because they're going to tap down our creatures anyways. When they totally counter this spell. Maybe I shouldn't have even cast it. Because now we can't leave up Troll and Ghost Quarter. Come on, Cryptic, bounce your Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah. Yeah. And our only real out here is that our opponent draws themselves out of cards. Oh, they're gonna emblem Renin 6? Is what's gonna happen? Mm-hmm. And then they just get Time Warp every turn, right? Yeah. Yeah, just by... Ugh. Oof. I don't even know why. You're gonna Ether Gust my birds? Okay. I will put it to the bottom. That was... I mean, I guess what else are you gonna do with that thing? Oh, we can't even activate Troll anyways because it's tapped, so it doesn't matter. We 100% should have made the Angel post-combat, though. That is definitely a thing we should have done. Because now we're going to lose Sarah and the Angel, because our opponent's just going to bounce it. That was a mistake. It was a mistake. Are they going face? Oh, no, they're not going face. Okay, cool. Going to take out Angel. Or Sarah. Sarah Angel. Sarah Angel. Sarah Angel. Why don't you fly? Opponent down to 21 cards. Just saying. We're down to 6 minutes though. Our opponent has double that. Bounced the Angel, lost it to Fairy. Drew another card. Down to 20. It's a land back. I guess they... well, no, I still don't know why they bounce birds. Escapes another Uro? Oh, just like for blocking purposes? You gotta have cryptics though. This like draws more cards. Like there's no way. I don't even know what we do here. Like should we... I mean this is match 2. So like we have to win this one, but we only have 5 minutes left. Like I don't know. I don't even know how we would pull out of this. And also, we're just gonna run out of time no matter what. Our deck is not fast enough to kill someone in 5 minutes, I don't think. Not this deck, anyways. When they're like gaining life, playing Planeswalkers. I think probably from the get-go, we should have kept Restoration Angel. I think that was where things started to go wrong. There was many things that went wrong after that, but that was one of the things I think that started it all. Yeah, big Teferi making things happen here. I just want our opponent to pull themselves out of cards. But next turn they just get to yeah, actually I think they can just kill us because they can, if they have a Cryptic Command, which obviously they do. Yeah, we draw a land here. So I'm gonna concede. The reason being they can ultimate Renin 6. All instant sorcery cards have Retrace in their graveyard. They have Time Warp in their graveyard. They can just recast Time Warp if they have another Cryptic Command, or if they just want to cast Cryptic Command from the graveyard, which I'm sure they can. Then they can tap down our team and attack us a million times with Uro. So our opponent got there. We did not. Sad days. And yes, technically we could survive one turn of that because of Castle Ardenvale. But that would be it. So that is all there is. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. We're going to get Troll Worship. We're going to get there at least once. At least once. I don't have a whole lot of big expectations for this league, but we'll get there once. I'm sure. I'm sure. See you next.
Thank you for watching High Ground MTG with co-hosts Kai Guy and Spiny Mouse. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click that like button, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on future episodes of High Ground MTG. For even more videos, be sure to check out our playlists so that you can have the high ground.